everybody, it's Steven as Keeper Classical Thieves, and welcome back into Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. I'm sorry I hadn't doing the gameplay for a very long time since I'm not sure when the last time I played it. I think it's around until everything's a complete chaos of new stuff is going on, such as a whole NAP stuff's been going on, and other games I've been having a problem dealing with. And sometimes it has a problem with other situation which everyone been keeping talking about. I don't want to talk about it right now because I just want to get things started as I can do it before it's almost the end of this year. So anyway, I can't remember exactly the last time I played it because I remember the time we did some investigation. I'm trying to recall exactly what I did, but we did the investigation together. The song that we got, the victim name was Mahiru, the ultimate photographer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that. And she got murdered, and now it's up to us to find out who the killer is. But still, there's a lot of things I don't understand. Everything, all the evidence from this point on, it goes to Hiyoko, because there's one reason why. Because one, Mika must have saw that there's a letter that had to be involved with some between Mahiru and Hiyoko, which I don't know what the point it is. That might be what the connection is. And what else are there exactly? And also the Nagito was somehow a free for no reason because of economy. But anyway, Nagito has found out they have those footprints that left on the floor at the beach that left the footprints on it. And he tried to search to many people's whose shoes might be belong to, and everything had been pointed is to Hiyoko because it's exactly the same size as how small it is exactly. So yeah, that's all I can think about as much as I can get so far. So yeah, everything that up to this point about goes to Hiyoko. But still, there's a lot of things I don't understand about the motive, which is it's involved on the Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, which we found out about the secret of those hidden games that you've never seen before, that no one else had been trying it. And the thing about this is there was one of those high school girls that got murdered, which I don't know who that might be is exactly. And I'm pretty sure that other girls, those two girls were talking to each other. They must have one person had already found out who killed the high school girl, and that one is also one of her sisters, which I'm not sure there's still exactly a connection between the others, which is involved with Ibuki, Hiyoko, Mikan, and even Hiko's and Mahiru's. But that's only 5 people. But we don't know even Sato person because there is no single person here is Sato. So my guess is it's gonna be either Mahiru's best friend, really. We remember back then they say something Rebecca photography club, that's what they did. That's why they become best friends. So yeah, this is the one thing I left must forget. So we got preparations, get things ready, and I'm not sure there any getting stuff that need new skills for everybody else, but we only have a 5, so I want to find something that might be interesting or might need it very important for the next one. Excellent blade. Slot sharpness increased by 2. I might need it because whatever happens to doing this about a showdown for anyone else's, it might be very powerful now, but I'll just go try to trade this one. Okay, because I only have not enough hope fragment for this. I'm not sure this gonna be I'm not sure to make it update for if they're making another more skills I need to get by something like that. Yeah. And let's see the total amount of skill points is 27. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure we have enough because I've been doing the leveling up for a bit, and mostly I've been doing stuff. And I also got the new skills is cheat codes, which is I've been hanging out with Yake for making it complete. Time limit doesn't decrease, even if you shoot a statement with a silencer. It's affected during the non-stop debate. Cannot be combined with Infinity Unlimited Flame. Infinity Unlimited Flame. That sounds familiar. Okay, there's one I need. And I better make sure that if I have enough skill points it is before going on. Okay, we had this one as well, lots of dots. I don't think we don't have that much. We have skill bullet there so far. One more point before I go in, I better check on the pets to see how it goes before we start the class trial. And nothing except that I have poop on it. Nothing changes around here, so I think we're all good. Yeah, I just want to make sure that everything's all ready and set. So, anyway, let class trials begin, since it's been a while since I'm doing the class trials. And like I said before, I'm gonna do like a whole hour of videos. But weird now that says that you can make some kind of a suspicion, like you can take a break for a bit. So I think that's good enough how it works exactly. So yeah, so it's gonna take like an hour video long. I'll make it like a separate video, so I'm not sure how long I think exactly. You can do it for today and then tomorrow. You don't want to get it. So anyway, let's start. Trial. Alright!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
It's been a while since I hadn't gone to this. Very much fun, isn't it? I hadn't touched you for a bit, Monokuma. So yeah, it's been a while since I haven't been playing as much as I had because there's a lot been stuff going on. So yeah.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
We get that already.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Yeah, Mommy. He's gonna do that all the time when we start the class trials. You gotta go listen to all of it.
Now
Trust
then,
me.
let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome Murder Case.
So we're just gonna talk about the game then.
What? Who cares about that game?
Hey, we do. There's a connection, like everything, for this case and the game.
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
You better not do something that really crazy stuff you're gonna do, Nagito.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
Of course, Shaki is the only one. She is the ultimate gamer because she knows stuff.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Which Hajime did already, so that's one thing. And Chiaki must have been played as well.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
Oh, sure, because no one else will want to touch that, does it?
It means Twilight Syndrome Murder Case is a non-fiction game. Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Yep, they're all connected.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
Yes, it is.
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
The characters in the game were Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, Girl D, Girl E, Boy F. So that's a total of about 6. And the high school girl who got killed at the beginning, okay, is 7. That's 7 total amount of characters that was exactly the same, except one, it's Sato. By using the staff roll after seeing the game as a references, I should be able to figure out who's who. Yeah, it's all been connected. The first character the player was able to control was Girl A, which is I'm playing as. The true identity of Girl A, it's probably Mikan.
I see.
Because Mikan is like a type of girl who's a nervous
Girl
one.
A
Is
is
it?
probably
No, wait,
Mikan
that might be the case. Because Girl A is acting very nervously. It's always just like, keeps saying apologize a lot. So that exactly sounds like Mikan. Yes, because you're always saying nervous all the time, Mikan.
That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A.
Yep.
Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy.
There's no type of privacy as such.
A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights.
Yeah. That exactly sounds like Girl B was said.
Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too.
I know what it is. It's actually Girl B. She would say that a lot. She's right. The one who was said was Girl B.
I see.
She always said something like that to Girl A.
Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
That's why it's all connected.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
That's how you talk like that, Hiyoko. How very mean to Mikan.
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Girl C is gonna be Ibuki, right? Girl C, huh? Her personality was hyper, energetic, and unique. Yeah, it's Ibuki. Bookie.
C.
Girl C is Ibuki.
It's weird that we had to do like top things down like one at each time to whose character is part of it exactly. But weird enough that we're not gonna do the non-stop debate or whatever.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
It's not Tuesday yet. It's Friday. Come on. That showcase is just like we'll just ignore that.
Let's move on to Girl D.
Yeah, let's forget about that. And Girl D, huh? There's only one person who always had a camera with them is Mahiru.
I see.
Because she was the one who carries on the
Girl
cameras all
D
the
is
time.
Mahiru, the victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
I'm pretty sure Girl E is gonna be Sato. And Guy F is the only thing we have is Fuyuhiko, right? Because Fuyuhiko Guy F say something about
Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
because the reason why I say Guy F say something like, what did they do to my sister? So that's the only explanation why there's like two Kuzuryus. So I get to Fuyuhiko have like a siblings.
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid.
No, it's not.
That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Yeah, it was. It's the one who was been murdered on the
Another
first day.
person? It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji,
Which not even
Ryoda,
the right point it is.
Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
I mean, the point about what Hyoko's last name is, but again, it's kind of like a typo. I forgot to put his last name, so do not judge them. So it's the best they can get.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
Because I'm pretty sure Fuyuhiko have a siblings.
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll.
It's not a lie, I'm telling you.
Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
Yes. The reason Fuyuhiko's last name Kuzuryu appears twice, it sure have a hunch, but to call me out like that, Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. Yeah. The reason Fuyuhiko's last name Kuzuryu appears twice is probably because it's a little sister or the older sister. I'm not sure they have it exactly the same, but maybe a little sister?
I can prove it with this.
Okay, it's a little sister. I
In
don't
the
think
game,
it's possible.
Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
Does it? I don't even recall exactly that Fuyuhiko said that I have a little sister. I'm not sure when did it happen, but that's only a guess.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game.
Yeah. That's what it says.
It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister.
He says something like, what did he do to my sister? That's the only thing that why Fuyuhiko is the only one who knows about it. And it's only a last name that have exactly the same as Fuyuhiko. And the point is like whether or not does it have as like a siblings or not.
Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way,
Yep.
what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
I know that it's the one who was been killed from the first day. I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forward. The only character in the game I could see being Fuyuhiko's little sister is a high school girl who died at the beginning.
I see.
Not girl F, but girl
Dead
E.
high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Yep. That's how it happens.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister.
It's just guy E. The girl E is actually Sato. Well, I don't know who the heck the Sato is exactly. Whether it might be Mahiru's best friends or something.
So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister. Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there.
I mean, if you were to play that, you would feel surprised. You would just get some revenge or something.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
No, that sounds like insulting.
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Yeah, right.
Hey, You said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Real.
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
I mean, I forgot to mention about, like, we have no memories of our school life, so that's one problem we can't even not show exactly.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events.
What it might be, we came from the, I'm not sure for a fact is that we lost our memories for, like, over a year because of, well, what he did to Monokuma. That's what happens, like, for other killing games, like the first one.
That's why it's the motive. Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easy, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago.
You would have a revenge as well. Can't really say that, right?
I mean, when I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off.
That doesn't sound like it.
It happened just the other day.
When did that did? I mean, you can't remember, so that's one problem.
About that, you're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
That's what I said.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet! I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure no
I
one believe it.
understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
I'm gonna I didn't know this, but like on the background, there's like instead of the projection screen, there's like a actually full of skies. It's a really weird stuff there because like the whole theme for the class trials is all beach-like. So yeah, that's how they changed it up for the class trials.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why
God, not this
I'd be
again.
much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
That sound like it.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
He was gonna do weird stuff no matter what. He's gonna mess it with us. Trust me.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko.
Okay.
And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
But still true to event, so.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be the same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
What? That make no sense about that.
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Plus, she's not even like with us.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
How would you even think about that? What the heck is that wild connection?
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
Who's Suzuki? And he also had a strange rivalry going on.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Like what?
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
You'd think, none of it know you know exactly.
What? No way! Is that true?
Mommy, are you playing around or you're just being acting very stupid?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
I don't know. Should I be laughing about this? I'm not sure what's the big deal with those two.
You guys are definitely friends.
More like siblings, to be honest.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Oh, you prefer from on the fourth day, right?
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
We already know what it is. We remember what the cause of death is. Exactly, like, got hit by the bat, so... The reason Girl E was killed, I should be able to assume why based on the content of the game. Because Girl E witnessed the murder, because Girl E was the killer. Is it?
I see.
Is it because she killed from the
The
first
reason
day?
Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. Like, the Girl E is the one who killed her on the first day. The one of the dead high school girls.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl.
We still have no reason why.
What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister. You're
Doesn't make
fucking
sense.
persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
Why are you asking that?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
Does it?
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance.
What prepared? Oh.
Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was
Huh.
the stage of the first case.
No wonder you just makes it some weird drawings you've been having, Jackie. And I expected for you to become the ultimate gamer who knows about the details of the whole map in the game, even if, like, whether I'll start it. It's like, man, you should just have been like a great programmer or something like that. I mean, she's still a gaming band, and it might be a big deal, but whatever.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans.
Was it?
Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Okay, you'd have to be being pointy.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the five of them were finally able to go inside,
Saw a dead body.
they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head.
Yep.
Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there.
Yeah, that's the only explanation because, like, there'll be a locked room mysteries, like any other the cases.
The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert.
But still, why is the point about the school swimsuit anyway? Is there some big connection about this?
How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
There's always every time that you say, like, just unexpected from the ultimate blah blah blah, who, whatever it is, with doing stuff, so I'm not sure what the big deal is, Nakito.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Yeah, that's what I thought it is, but the other girls would think it's like it's a pervert. So.
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Maybe.
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
Really?
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
Yeah, but it's still here, so that's one thing.
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girlie broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
Like what? Jump to the window and run back to the front? Is that what you're thinking, Nakamura? But even to go to the second floor, it's like an instant death.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't even have to deal with exactly.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Oh, you've been salted to Nakamura. You want to do that?
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that the girl E who was waiting in the hallway is the killer. Then, what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? I guess I need to clear that up first. Yeah, there's some stuff I know so far. Stolen swimsuit, which is entrance hall, broken vase, the victim's crime scene, these crime scenes. I guess no one even mentioned about the broken vase.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
It'll be possible to be instant.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school
Come on, really?
to
Not
the front
now.
of the music room?
To
That
go
stupid
back to the
controller.
music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Stupid controllers are always messing with me. Sometimes they'll disconnect
The other four girls should have been there.
Like that! Oh god.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
How was she able to get past those four and wait in front of the music room?
She probably used a hidden passageway!
There is no hidden passage.
Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
There is no passageway or whatever. Girl E did after the murder in the music room. You must find a clue that will clarify that. So I'm pretty sure it's before the
After
base.
she killed the first
right?
victim in the music
Because
room.
Girl D take picture.
What did Girl E do?
It's gonna be this.
Heard the sound of the window shut.
There it goes.
No, that's wrong.
They hear it from the glass vase. They try and like put the noise of it.
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
It's the vase. That's the only thing we heard about it.
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
Not low can you expect it.
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the four girls heard wasn't the music room's window.
I'm pretty sure there might be like I think Girl E like broke the window first, and then someone locked the door from the music room and go into the next room that was next to the music room. Then after that, they somehow like broke the vase, and that like make the sound the glass shattering. That all the girls heard something. I think that's might be a logic I was thinking.
It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the four girls met in the entrance hall.
Yeah.
Girl
That's what
E
they-
killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room.
Yes.
All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the four girls met by the entrance hall.
Which that might be explained a lot about what Girl E was did. Like when we get to the second floor, I noticed like that Girl E somehow like panting, like she feel like exhausted from running. Like they're trying to like run back and forth. So that's the only thing we know so much I can think of.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the four of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see! Now the mystery has been solved!
Not yet.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet!
Told you.
You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
So we have not done yet. A murder weapon?
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Still not even yet.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you've gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
That's Monokuma to you.
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need the shit.
Don't even say something about want to go to the bathroom really hard.
Which means I'll feel disgusting.
Not in here, please.
You're the disgusting one!
The weapon is pretty unconventional! The answer was revealed in the game, though. Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
How the heck should we know, Monokuma? An unconventional weapon that also appear in the game. If we're told we can't advance as long as we don't make that clear. They'll have to do it. I'll do it. Like, we're supposed to find out about the murder weapon. Like, how did they kill one of those high school girls from the very beginning? Is that what you're thinking? What do you think the weapon is? I have no idea. Was I out of line just now? How the heck should I know, narrator? Now then, there's something I need to tell you regarding the white noise in the non-stop debate. Have we talked about this already? Some lines of white noise are actually very durable. You won't always destroy them in one shot. That's it. Durable white noise will chip away every time you shoot them with your silencer. Yeah, we know that. But unless you completely destroy them, your time limit will not be replenished. Does it? I'm not sure it might be affecting anything. By the way, if your difficulty is set to gentle, white knights won't appear at... You get the gist, right? I didn't know that already. Beat the base game tougher. So... I think some very useful information. Really? I heard there's a guy named Gun something. Are you trying to just like spoil it? Really? Apparently, he has a skill that can increase the power of the silencer. That's it. Gun something. I wonder who it is. Are you referring to Gundam? Because he was to put God something. Was I out of line just now? Yes, you did, narrator. You're trying to mess with me. Well then, good luck and have fun. Whatever you say, I'm not sure what you're talking about exactly. Broken fish tanks, escape route, stolen swimsuit, the base, maybe the tank or
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Oh, that's...
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Just the noise is
Think
kind
you
of...
attacked her with the fish tank.
Okay, this one's way different
That's
before.
too big to be a weapon.
So you had to take down these silencers.
Then the piano.
No, it's gonna be possible to do it.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
That's it.
It's on that big a scale too?
No.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
Way.
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
No. But
She beat him to death with her fist!
I think I know what I'm talking about. Non-convenient weapon apparently appeared in the game, but I think I know what it referred to. It's about the swimsuit that it wasn't even mentioned.
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the
Think you attacked her
And
with
lucky
the fish
enough,
tank?
like with the help of Chucky's cheat
Then the
code,
piano.
that won't be getting damage from it.
Investi-
Gravel instead!
There it goes.
I agree with
Consent.
that.
So you're just like, what? Stuff it in and then smack it with it?
Got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there.
Yeah, was it something?
Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
No, it's not. It was just a guess. It's a guess.
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
Yeah, if you like put them all together.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
What kind of bag?
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, and so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit.
Which still I'm not sure where it goes exactly, or maybe take it with it.
If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
I see. But that's might be very painful. I'm not sure that might be a thing.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
Put another references for Phoenix Wright, does it?
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone. To make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen.
That explains what everyone been talking about. There was like some pervert that was stolen this swimsuit. Okay then.
And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it has to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
What?
But the real important talk begins now.
So we're now gonna talk about Mahiru.
Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Was it because the broken vase, right?
Girl D. You're talking about Mahiru, right?
Huh? Mahiru is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
I mean, you don't really understand, Hyoko. You're just too young to understand.
The piece of vase that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
Sorry. I just heard something on my phone, but I'll check them up a bit. Yeah, it did say that they have a conversation.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D.
Yeah.
Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
Yep, that's how it happens.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back.
No, it doesn't.
I somewhat understand that feeling.
You can? That's pretty scary.
No, it's not.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day.
That's what it is.
I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
It's gotta be a guy F, because they say something like, when he end on the 3rd day, say, I will never forgive you. Something like that. Girlie's killer. Right now, the only person I can think of for that is that guy. Guy F.
I see!
It should have been Guy F.
That's what it says. It says, yeah, I will never forgive her.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
That's what he said.
But Guy F is...
Where you go?
What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it?
That's what you're all thinking.
That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
Dude, have you not even remembered? We have like lost our school memories. Don't be acting very stupid.
That is... I'm terribly sorry, but...
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were like totally
told you.
stolen.
Maybe now you've heard of like, I don't know, for the first chapters.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer.
How would you mean it now if you can't remember?
No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko. Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
Do you really think it was killed by the same person?
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
Sounds like it.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
No, the game and Mahiru's death are probably related. In actuality, there's an important shared point with Girl E and Mahiru's murder. You're further bad. Because it's exactly the same thing when Girl E was killed, right?
I can prove it with
There's
this.
a main similarity how Mahiru was
I'm not
killed.
sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat.
Yep.
There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Still can't even tell what the Girl E face will look like.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
Jeez, have you tried being... I know you're so obsessed about what happened to Mahiru and all, but don't get like too overdoing it.
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious, but don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What are you...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
What?
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters.
Even though there was like not part of it, you can still like, you can still kill him.
That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
I guess that might be... I'm not sure, that might be important stuff.
Isn't that what happened, Kyoko?
Oh, you gotta really point out to Kyoko now?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
Can you really believe that Kyoko can kill Mahiru? I mean, for the fact that she's so short, she can't even lift that back that much.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet clogging bitch?
Jeez, always saying some fast words to them, aren't you?